Good morning. It's early, just woke up. First thing on the top of my mind, I want to speak racetrack odds, where the betting scheme for a win-play show at most of the tracks, in fact, in all the tracks that I've ever seen in my life, besides the odd track, okay, that might be in the boondocks that's not running by regulatory figures, okay. A winning place and show horse, the bets are $2 minimum and up. The minimum payoff will be 10 cents. The minimum payoff will be 10 cents. In exactas, trifectas, and most exotic wagers, the payout will be $1.05 because the average comes from a $2 bet. It'll be $1.05. In a 20-cent play, which usually comes up at some Canadian tracks or American tracks, and 10 cents, okay, what they base everything off in the odds is off of $2. All the base of this, even if it's $1, you can bet the dollar, but all the figures are based off a wager of $2, okay, that's your basis. So when it comes down to a 10-cent payout in a super, the minimum payout would be $1 would be 11 cents. Based on a $2 ticket, it would be 20 times this, or 220. On a 20-cent ticket, okay, the minimum payout will be 210. Although most likely these two have never happened, okay, it's highly improbable, not impossible, but improbable, because if you're taking 6 or 7 horses and they're not betting any of the other horses, it means everybody had the perfect combination. You notice the way the 10 cents gets 220, and that's electric, and the 20 cent gets 210, and the 210 or the 210 over here is 2 105s, if you want to look at it that way. But this one over here is a time period. It is the cube. 20 cents and $2 both have to do with the cube. It has to do it 10 times over here, and this has to do it 20 times. 2 worlds and 1 world of 10. Because when we create a star system, the crisscrossing of the lines will pick up 5 and 5. Okay? 5 and 5 meaning 1, 5, 9 is 10, 2, 5, 8 is 10, 4, 5, 6, 4 and 6 is 10, 3, 5, 7, 3 and 7 is 10. This is exactly the way this is running. Now, this one over here, 210, is actually an understanding that man 6 runs with this figure, because the final figure is 216, and creation is 30, which makes 240, or 3, which will make 24, the 24-hour day of a 9-day period will be 216, all zeros equal 6, joining 2 sides. This is the Mayans, and a 10-day period is 240 hours, is one half of a Mayan month. 48 is the total. That if 48 is the total, the actual thing over here should be $4. But we run in time, and the center of time in the clock equals to 1. So it's $4 and 1 equals 5. The 1 breaks everything up. Over here are the minimum odds to these. What happens is 1 to 9, 1 to 5, 1 to 2. I don't ever see, and I've never seen at the tracks or on most Canadian. I base it on Canadian because the difference with Canadian and South African and Australian, etc., South Africa, what I have seen and understand, okay? And I'm not going to the little itty little 2 people standing and saying, I'm going to do this. No. What happens out there, okay, is there's no bet for show. They call the first, second, and third. Second and third both get the same place bet, okay? They get the same place bet. Usually it's 8 horses or more, and they will pay it. Otherwise, it's just first and second and no other. But when they play the Omni, which is usually the Quinilla or the Exacta, which is a picking of 2 straight horses, they will give you the second place horse in that. Okay, here's how it goes. There is, excuse me, I didn't put 1 to 5 in here. I'm going to put 1 to 5. Give me a second. Made a mistake. 1 to 5, 1 to 9, 1 to 2 is over here. There is no other. The totals, 1 and 9 is 10, and 8 heaven. 1 and 4 is 6, and 4 becomes the Mars. Mars is the 4 corners, okay? 4 parts that have been put together. 1 to 2 is half. 1 and 2 is Venus. Mars, this becomes Venus, Earth. This is the Queen. This is where they bring it together. Venus and Mercury come together, create the Queen. The 15th ball is the Burgundy ball. This becomes the yellow ball. This is completely yellow, because 1 and 9 are both yellow. This is how I'm putting these together. 5 is the orange sun, 1 is the yellow, 1 is the yellow, 2 is the blue electric. 2 is the blue electric, 5 is the sun. 3 ball is the red sun. Both 2 suns at 3 to 5, C and E, when Christ came in. Then 4 to 5 is the number to the sun, the passage to Foxhole, and creates 9. 3 to 5 creates the 8 heaven. 2 and 5 creates Earth in the 7th gate. 7, 8, 9, 24. 5, 5, 5, 15. 2, 4, 3, 9. This becomes these letter combination, I and O. The total over here of these 3 obviously are going to be added up, but I do it all the same. It becomes 48. Your 48 I was talking about there in the odds. The same thing over here. CPS, cardiac positioning spirit, if you want to look at it that way. Bringer of the half-light of creation, 613 laws of Moses, the artificial intelligence of the B world, C and E. Because once 1 goes in here, 1 is automatically in here. When you have this, 1 is in here through 5. Here there are 2 1s, 2 connected worlds. Raphael 72, 86, and putting numbers and words together because of the reality of how we have to make the machine work. It has to fit like a glove. Raphael 72, 86, and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for this morning video. I want to add this on to the video, that the total of these 2, and I don't think I left anything out, 1 to 9, 1 to 5, 1 to 2, and then it'd be 1 to 1. 3 and 16 is 19, 9 and 15 is 24, 43. A and I, B and D. The bad cat comes inside with the birth, 43 DC, and 05. 05. Where do I get 05? Yes, 19 minus 24, 19 plus 24. The total is 4 and 8, and this will make up the number to Pluto. When we go inside over here, 2, 3, 4 is the vibration to Mars. Mars vibration sits right over here. This payout over here, 1 to 5, this is $3, this payout. This is about between 250 and 290. So we understand 250 is Earth, 290 is the birth in Earth, 260 is birth inside Saturn, 270 is creation of the red sun, or they call it the dog sun. 280, okay, is the cycle of our moon, and 290 is our birth. That's this. 4 to 5 is the sun, and we spoke about these numbers. The lowest one here and the lowest one here is 1 and 2 Venus, comes in 9 and 5. The birth inside Jupiter. 1 and 5 the second one. The 3 and 5 the second one, okay, which would be 1 and 3 altered current inside again Jupiter. Okay, 5 and 1 is Mars. 5 and 3 is Earth and Jupiter. And then 1 to 2 and 4 and 5, this will create 7. This will create 5. That'll be your energy at the gateway. That's the way I understand it. 4 and 1 is your 5. 2 and 5 is your 7. Gen. So this is how this small setup works. Now, whether we understand it or not, in the bigger picture, when we get there, our mind will be broader. We'll be able to see. We're only learning. When you go to school, you don't learn much that you need to know, but at the end, 1 or 2 students will take that a little bit further. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. B squared.